Here as I'm Mad Dog Unleashed. Michael, good afternoon. It's your turn. How are you today? What do you have for me?
Chris, how are you? So that's the reason Steve's in such a bad mood today. He's not feeling good.
He's under the weather. Was he in a fan? I know you're not a Steve fan, Mike, but was he in a foul mood today? I didn't hear. Go ahead, shoot.
He was the same. All I got to say is Cannell's talking about his exploits on the field when he's in Little League. He's like a big 12-year-old, and Steve's like, boy, I always hear about this stuff. You're really some player. Steve gets so pissed off when Danny starts talking about how good of an athlete he was. But again,
Steve is not a bad little athlete himself. He was got good size. He was a good baseball player.
Good.
Steve was a pretty good athlete himself, and Steve does not like to compare himself. He thinks he's a big-time athlete, and then he's got Cannell sitting there, who's a great golfer who played in the NFL, and then Steve feels small, and then he lashes out. That's kind of what happens. You may continue.
Hey, there you go. Hey, listen, I was at the game last night, good crowd, about 30,000, but I tell you, I sat about 5 rows up on the Angels side, Mad Dog.
Why don't you bring a sign the next time you go to an Angel game? Say, I love Steve Torre, so I can watch the game with.
I was going to do it for the Yankee game.
So I can watch Gubiza and the Angel announcers, and I can look for that sign. I love Steve Torre, and everybody will comment, who the hell is Steve Torre? Why don't you do that next time, Mike? Next time there's a ball game at home, why don't you do that for me? Go ahead. Shoot.
I want to talk about Verlander real quick. Chris, this guy was remarkable last night. 35 years old. He pitched an incredible game. He had like 35 balls only. He had such control. The Angels, most of their at-bats were not very good. A lot of fly balls, weak fly balls. Albert got a couple of hits. He was incredible. A.J. Hinch never made a mound visit. They had no one up in the bullpen until like 2 outs of the ninth. This guy, he's a future Hall of Famer. He was incredible. This guy's getting better with age.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, excellent point. Good call. No argument. Verlander's had an incredible season. I don't know, what is his record now? Was he about 5-1 with a 1.1 ERA? What is it right now, Verlander? You can look that up. I'm guessing that's where he is, but he's had a great start to the year. There's no John in Ohio. He's with the series on Mad Dog Unleashed. John, good afternoon. What's going on today? What do you have for me?
What's up, dog? Hey, I heard my buddy Mike in South Carolina called in earlier talking about Kareem, and I think he was totally right about that because I got Jordan 1A and I got Kareem 1B. I mean, I think they're that close, and they did enough for the sport. Didn't have to change some rules for Kareem.
They did in college, not in the NBA.
Yeah.
They did in college.
I want to talk
the dunk rule for Kareem in college. The dunk rule. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Okay. And how many championships did Wilt win again?
2.
Okay. So this is my thing. I think that LeBron's closer to Wilt because of his physical dominance of the game and what he's done with statistics and averages and all that stuff than he is to anybody else. Because I don't remember the championships Wilt won. I mean, that was before my time. But when my dad talks about it or family members talk about it, they talk about the dominance of the game, not how many championships he won. And then, sorry about that. One last thing. You talked about the Vegas Knights the other night as far as them being so successful so quickly could actually hinder them as
I think it does. That's me. A lot of people think I'm nuts, but that's how I feel about it. Go ahead.
No, but I will counter that. I do agree with you, but then I heard another host point of view. The thing is, I would say what's going on with the betting and the gambling, there's probably going to be an NBA team in Vegas in the next 5 to 10 years, and then
probably will be
going there.
Yep,
and then I'm a Browns fan, so I will spend my money for my friends, and we're going to go whenever the Raiders and the Browns play in Vegas. I want to be at that game, regardless of how bad the Browns are. But in general, I just think being in Vegas doesn't matter if you like hockey, NFL, NBA. If there's a team there, you got something to do. Go buy some tickets and go see a game. That's all.
Listen. But you're bringing up a different feel than I am. Yeah. Nobody's talking about whether. And good call. We all know they're always going to sell out. But I'm referring to it from a different perspective. I'm looking at it from a fandom thing. That Vegas team. You get the idea. Those are all Vegas people who are going to those games. The Raiders are going to draw from everywhere. I think for the most part, the Vegas contingent are folks who live in Vegas, who love to have their first team, and they gravitating towards this great run they're having. My point is, where else are you going to go? I mean, they might win this series now, and they actually could win a Stanley Cup. You win a Stanley Cup in your first year, where are you going to go from there? The idea is to build to that level, that crescendo. The fact that you're going to start there's no place to go but down after that. That's the issue that would concern me if I was somebody thinking about where they are as a franchise. Raphael, he's in Vermont. Got a chance? He's on Mad Dog Unleashed. Raphael, good afternoon.
Hey.
How are you today?
Hey, how you doing, Doggy? Doggy, that's the reason I call you. I need you to enlighten me on that.
Go ahead.
What happened? How did the general managers piece away that team to the Vegas? Did somebody made a mistake?
Well, no, they made it. They made it relatively. They made it a lot. You couldn't protect the same amount of players as you had in the past. You had to leave better players available in the expansion draft. You only could protect one goalie. I think you were allowed to protect, 4 or 5 forwards and 4 or 5 defensemen. There's not that many players that you, not even 4 or 5 forwards, probably 3 or 4 forwards and 3 or 4 defensemen and 1 goalie. I think it was 8 players per team. And as a result, good call, Rafi. That gave Vegas an opportunity, and McPhee's good. That gave him an opportunity to really go after a lot of good players. And then he was able, to make a deal with particular teams. Here, I'll give you a future pick if you don't take one of our 8 that I only can protect. So he was able to build for the future at the same time. So from a standpoint of the way they wanted to construct the franchise, the NHL, I don't know if they wanted this, but the NHL wanted Vegas to be a pretty competitive team right from the get-go. And they got it, that's for sure. Timmy in Virginia, he's with us here. He's on Mad Dog Unleashed. Timmy, good afternoon. It's your turn. How are you today?
I'm doing great, dog. How you doing?
Fine, Tim. Thank you, pal. What's up?
Well, I'm a huge Red Sox fan, and I kind of agree with what you're saying about the bullpen. I'm not crazy about the bullpen either. I think that the starting pitching has been solid enough, but there have been times when the bullpen has been good against weaker opponents, but man, when they faced a good lineup, it seems like they give up a lot of home runs, at pivotal parts of the game. And I'm wondering what they're going to end up doing with Jackie Bradley, because he is not producing for those guys at all, and that really concerns me because I do think that they're one of the better teams in the American League, but when you get into that playoff series with somebody, I don't think the bullpen. There are a lot of question marks there.
Well, and you also hit Bradley, too. Yes, Bradley didn't play, for instance. Benintendi played center field, and you're right, Tim. Their bullpen is okay, but it's not championship okay. So I think and good call. I think the Red Sox, who just lost a series to the A's, I think the Red Sox are in some trouble. That team was 17-2, and since then, you knew they'd level off, but since then they're 12-12 against Tampa, Kansas City, Oakland. They haven't played a lot of great teams. Think about it for a second. They were 17-2, and it's not like they have played brutal teams. All right, they were 17-2, and since that great start, here are the franchises they have played: the A's, the Blue Jays, Tampa, Kansas City, Texas, the Yankees, a 3-game series, Toronto again, and the A's. So, they are 12-12 against, they're not playing Houston and the Indians. They are 12-12 against 5 games with Oakland, 6 games with Toronto, 3 games with Tampa, 3 games with Kansas City, 4 Texas, and 3 with the Yankees. We take a timeout. 8 in front of the hour. Mad Dog Unleashed.